Oh no, like tag team, it's like too painful to play up against.
It's good thing for them that it's not the old Clinks that got damaged based on the
Oh
effect.
no, that would,
Because he would have gotten
yeah.
so much damage from the Viper kills, and like,
I mean,
but
like
yeah,
imagine how many kills he already has. 12 kills, so that's like a lot of extra damage if he did get that.
so I think like Yolo Knights probably should look to get Roshan next, because they killed it really fast with Tusk and Deso, right? And it feels like it's actually quite hard for Taigun Esports to fight them right now. Even though they have Greaves on Viper and Invoker spells and Morphling has a lot of farm, it's like it's just too much brawling ability from Yolo Knight. Their heroes are just too kind of beefy and in their face.
Yeah, it's a lot of in your face. Also, they had a good fight there. Yes, they lose the morphling, but the moment they were able to cog like two people inside, just with another toxin, that's makes it difficult for them to even survive that. But with that said, you know, Morphling is actually going for a straight up Aghanim Scepter just for the combination with Sand King. Do you think it's okay for him to just rush the Aghanim Scepter?
It feels like he needs Manta, right, for the Orchid or BKB.
Yeah, something to stop the Orchid, and looks like they're gonna be able to find Raiden. Raiden tanking up the damage, and look at him go. You're also gonna be able to find the Invoker Avalanche combination. It's gonna be a disaster for Taigun Esports. It's better not to show yourself. A wise man once said, "Stay in the trees," and DR is supposed to stay in the trees, but Mary won. Mr. Sand King playing a devil's advocate here. He better be a bit more careful there. But like you said, Roshan is up for the taking.
Yeah. Are they gonna be able to take it, or are they gonna?
Well, I mean, Aghanims is there right now for the Morphling. It's on its way with the courier. So they have the Aghanim
Still no
stun.
Blink Dagger.
Yep, no Blink Dagger. And they are just going to give away the Roshan. Tiny does fall down, but with that said, Clockwork Hookshot will be blocked by Master X. So yes, you're able to get those kills. And the damage from Clinks inside the Roshan pit is enough to find them. Look at this double sandstorm shenanigans we're having. A nice stun, and he tried to get the kill onto Mega, but Mega will be alright. But a soundtrack, it will miss. But like you said, Misery, I feel like this Aghanim's pick, I guess it's like 50-50 for me. If he's gonna get Orchid or Silence up, it's gonna be a bit difficult, especially with Campo already having the Aghanim Scepter. So you not only do you have like an Orchid, you have two charges of Silence versus the Morphling.
It's true, but at the same time, the Morphling with the Aghanim stun can kind of initiate his own fights, right? Like he can kind of choose to get in there when he wants to, just because of the range of his both waveform and Sandstorm, Sand King stun. So maybe that's what he's thinking, or he just feels like he needs the ability to be more flexible in the fights rather than just being able to survive.
Looks like they're gonna find more kills. EMP Tornado will be there, but the Clockwork will be found. Another kill for Mr. Clinks. 13-1 and 8, 13k net worth under his name, and they're not ending it there. They want more. They want the tier 2 tower. But at this point, I don't think there's any way that they can stop a Clinks that has Aghanims. I mean, not Aghanims, but Aegis Immortality and a BKB, by the way. So, magic immunity.
Yeah, he kills the tower so fast, actually.
It's ridiculous. I mean, if you're like 13-1, and at this point you have a Desolator, Dragonlance BKB, yeah, he's gonna kill the tower very quickly with the help of Strife. So if you're in the side of Taigun Esports, right, what do you think they need to do to at least get back into this game?
I mean, I think they need to try to be more together, get their blink on tanking, and be together as play in a War of the Century. But right now,
yeah, they are looking for a fight right now. They might be able to get Campo. There is the Aghanims onto the Morphling. He probably wants to initiate. There you have it. Oh no, actually Morph is gone. But you wanted to chase onto the mid lane onto Campo. There you have it. Sand King form. Will he find a target? They're drawing onto the board. They might be able to find Masters, but Masters currently invid up. The smoke will be ruined. Do they have the detections?
He has no idea though.
He went out of a tree. He just walked out, and he didn't see it coming at all. But tier 1 tower would be under siege. I guess the Aghanim build, right? I think it's more about being able to stun up and burst one target down. So if he's able
Yeah,
to find the Clinks, will that be enough to burst him down? So you morph into the Sand King, stun him, E-Blade, use a Adaptive Strike, and Waveform out. Will that
I
be
think
enough damage?
I think Klinks is too tanky. I think he wants to try to kill anybody really he
Yep.
can, right? Maybe the Tusk. Tusk is also kind of tanky. I think the only guy he can really kill is the Treant right now. It's like from full HP. Maybe the Tiny as well. But the other guys will be too tanky for him, I think, to solo kill. And also
Hmm.
Klinks is kind of a weird target because he has Aegis, obviously, but also because he has BKB. So you can kind of
Yeah.
BKB after the stun. Um, but this is a nice like kind of momentum switch for them because they're gonna get the mid tower here, and they kind of have everything they need to fight. Blink Sand
This
King.
is their moment to shine, and once you're able to get like more objectives, once he gets that BKB too, maybe the situation might turn around here because they have at least this time, like you said, Morphling can finally like initiate and pick his fights by using the Sand King. Not only that, he can fight and use the Sandstorm and morph back out. So there's numerous
Yeah,
ways he can play this out, which is nice. It makes him a mobile type of hero. Not only does he have waveform, he can stun out. So different ways to escape a certain scenarios or certain fights.
I think also Yolo Knight might run into a problem at some point where they are three Tusk Tiny and Treant will have so low net worth and they won't really scale that much, perhaps. And they're gonna be stuck with just Clinks and Void Spirit to deal all the damage.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the money in the bag would be on your Clinks and Void spread. You can see how they're already struggling. The Tiny, who was your offlaner, is already struggling because all he has is a Blink Dagger. He's more on. It looks like the way his itemizing is like a support type of Tiny, the utility type, where he goes Dagger, and now he's aiming for a Glimmer Cape just for the sake of, element of surprise maybe, or being able to save his teammates. I'm not entirely sure. But, it's very utility type, like a position 4 more than anything than compared to an offlane route Tiny.
Glimmer Cape is a kind of a nice item to get when you're really poor because it's good value, right? You get the magic resist, but you also get just the invest to save your allies
Yeah,
or
just the
yourself.
invis, yeah.
Yeah, and you make the enemy have to buy a detection every time. So it's like very nice value when you're poor in general. Treant is also going for it.
Hmm.
But I think they're just gonna keep fighting, right? Like they have their ages, they're
Yeah.
just waiting for their Tusk and their Tiny to spawn. I don't even think they're gonna wait for Treant. They might even look to fight mid right now.
Yeah, because
They don't. The
I feel
tower
like
might die, but they're gonna be ready
mhm.
to fight straight up afterwards. I think.
So what do you think about this? What I feel like is that the side of Yolo Knights, they're on the timer, right? Because if it just goes late game, their three heroes tend to fall off, right? With how things are going, because
Yeah,
Viper, he's able to catch up, and once Morphling gets more items, I feel like it's gonna be difficult to even get a kill on him anytime soon. With the Sand King and all that, so they're on a timer here. Like their win condition is to at least end it before people start getting more items from the side of Taigun
I don't know how
Esports.
strong this Klinks is late game. I imagine when he's this farmed, he's pretty strong. Like I think he's going Daedalus right now, and he's gonna eventually get Hex as well. So I could see them still being able to fight back in the late game just because he is so farmed on Klinks. And
Mm.
yeah, I think he will keep killing these heroes like Invoker and Clockwork in like seconds, right?
Because I mean, if you check Invoker's farm, this is the mid Invoker. He only has a Spirit Vessel and a Staff of Wizardry.
Yeah.
Wait 1 second. Is he going for like a Yule Scepter or yes, he is going actually for a Yule Scepter. So it's gonna be, like more on like the defensive type of side because he has no way to escape like an overgrowth, and when he's overgrowth, he's just dead. Like free hits for Clinks,
Yeah.
and he's just gone.
I mean, actually, Radiant Taigun Esports needs to get Ghost Scepters, right, for the Klinks. So he has to buy like
Yeah,
Nullifier, because it's kind
he
of
has
Klinks
to.
versus the world right
Mhm.
now.
It kind of
Like
really
Void Spirit,
is.
of course, is doing stuff as well, but you know, The Clinks is the one actually killing you. Voice Bird is more so
Mhm.
dealing a bit of damage, plus like creating chaos and catching PU and silencing you and stuff like that. But let's see what happens here. I think the Yolo Knight wants to fight.
Yeah, Clinks is already positioning himself onto the side, but there's not really any response here. Like, if you just leave the Clinks here, he can't really do much up against all of those heroes. But once they're up online, you do want to make at least use this Aegis for like maybe an objective or a random pickoff here and there. Because you really want to maximize this Aegis, not only use it as like a farming type of thing, but apply more pressure. And ooh, he gets an
Quiver.
enchanted quiver. It kind of
He
works
didn't
out
notice.
with I think he
Oh,
did. He
did
just
notice.
gave up the
Yeah.
the item to the tiny. So additional damage, 400 bonus range and 300 bonus magical damage. That is gonna be quite a lot. But in the mid lane, they're gonna be able to maybe find the Tusk here. As surprise, surprise, Aghanim Scepter morphing everybody. That is a long range stun.
Yeah, so this quiver, I mean, he's gonna have so insanely high burst.
Although
Are
I
they
feel
gonna
like the
smoke up
problem
right
with Clinks right now is just his mana pool, right? Because he uses a lot of mana from Strafe and Searing Arrows and all that. So in terms of mana, like it's pretty bad. It is bad in that department.
He's actually been low mana or almost out of mana the entire game.
Yeah, and imagine you're up against like an EMP too. It's just like, oh, at least he has the BKB to stop that out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just looking into this, right? They're creating space here and there. I guess their money in the bag for Taigun Esports would be the Morphling. That's where their hopes and dreams are at right now. Letting that Morphling get his BKB, which is very close. It's like a couple, like 200 more gold. So they're gonna let them do what they want to do. But Morphling, once he gets that BKB, which I believe he has the money now, that's when things get rough. That's when you have to see what will happen.
Or
Ooh,
TPs.
Power Rangers. Exactly. It's like Power Rangers right now. Everyone just TPs. It's morphing time. Trying to get a kill onto the Sand King. Sand King still being chased. The silence will be there. And an Eater Remnant. I mean, he's the sacrificial lamb. As long as your morphling is fine and he has the money for that BKB, this is when things got rough. You have to see who is really gonna be the winner in a 5v5 team fight on depending on what happens. Master Risk playing around with the Paradox Invoker.
It's nice if you're able to defend your towers like this, right? Because you can just heal them up with your treant. So that's, yeah, pretty important, I think, in a game like this to get full value out of your treant pick. It's very annoying when you have to keep going back up there to kill a tower and it's full HP again, and yeah.
Exactly, and Treant is like a type of hero that makes it easy to defend, where you just put Nature's Grass down in the
Look at
lane and it
Morphling.
just kills the creeps from there. Although they are gonna be able to find the Morphling with that stun, but the stun though, he jumps into this, he wants to fight this with a follow-up stun. Kempo needs to run away. That would look really bad if they continue this on. This is the Morphling with the BKB. You were able to see them with this Observer Ward in the top lane, but it didn't really work out in their favor, as it just led to a free kill onto the Tusker there.
Yeah, it's hard to react to the Morphling just stunning in such a long range. It's
Well, looks like you want to try and make a
almost the whole
fight.
screen.
Yeah, in the mid lane, they're going to be able to find the Viper. Raiden, yet again, will die, and it's not over yet. Looks like Campo chasing for more, while on the other side, they're going to be able to stun out the Tiny, as Tiny does die. Looks like Campo couldn't really find the opportunity to get that kill for Spy, but Tiny, and then the day, Tiny died. Alacrity
Tower
drop
top
was
will die.
will he deny it? Hello? Oh, no, he doesn't want to deny it. He thought the heals would be enough, but Invoker does. He does die.
Oh, I didn't even see what happened. He just disappeared.
Yeah, now you see him, now you don't. Abracadabra. Clinks just destroyed him. I mean, it's a Desolator, Daedalus, and Strife. Bonus attack speed 180. You're not gonna see him at all.
I think you
Looks like
can.
they are gonna
He can one shot heroes. I think with a quiver attack.
Yeah, he can. They're
if he's
looking for
lucky.
more. They want to get the
Look at
kill
more.
onto Chase.
Oh.
Will they be able to find it? He won't be able to jump out. They have the shards to block this, but the Sun King was there for him to morph out with the Borrow Strike. So he didn't use the BKB. They're gonna continue on with the jump. Avalanche, but no toss combination. As Ram and Tada really wanted to get the kill to Morphling, but Morphling's gonna be able to TP out. Clockwork, so close yet so far. He takes the 3 down, but the moment he sees him, instantly is gone. 0.01 TP.
So you see the Morphling too, when he's like attacked by the Clinks, he kind of needs to run away, because if he suddenly gets critted, he can just get bursted. Just from one hit from the Clinks, right? So it's kind of scary for him to play. And then there's gonna be a Hex at some point as well.
Looks like Tiny was actually not the one in trouble, as Campo will be the target. Campo dies immediately from the Morphling. It just took him one perfect combination to do that. Mega will try and snowball downwards, but that is not where you want to be, because a double Borrow Strike, somebody make him move. You are as tanky as you are, but it's not going to work out. It's going to be a double kill for the Morphling, make it a triple. Nope, actually Viper Raiden will take that, but 3 will fall down. It's a 3-for-3 trade. Are they gonna look for more Clinks?
Oh my goodness. That's
He's
one
still
hit.
manning up.
You saw
yeah,
that,
so the
that
entire
one
time...
attack he made from the quiver?
Mhm.
It's like a whole screen range, attack range.
I mean, how do you even survive with this? Like, Enchanting Quiver, at the same time, it crits, right? So, I mean, yeah, that's painful.
Yeah.
Like, none of them were able to react when the Clink started beating them down with the Searing Chains and Strafe. Invoker just put 2 skills down and he just died immediately. Same with, the Clockwork and everyone else. Yes, Morphling was able to make a move and kill the Void Spirit. That was a crucial kill too, getting the kill onto Campo. Even the Aeon Disc, it wasn't proc because it was on cooldown.
Yeah. He is also going for Hex, so they understand that all they need to do is try to focus on this Morphling down the road, and that's going to be their way to win the game. Roshan is up again, and both teams kind of aware of it.
And she is there, but they're going to find the Sand King immediate buyback coming for a Mirror One. I mean, he wanted to scout it out just to see what's up, but he saw him first, and thanks to that little observer ward near the Roshan, kind of a bit hidden there, but it did spot him out. So quick reaction for Ram and Tampa to be able to use Avalanche Toss, but it's gonna be a fight in the Roshan pit. None of them want to give this up.
Oh boy.
Pause there first. Okay, so looks like Invoker going for a Lotus Orb. While I guess it helps him kind of removes the Orchid and the silences for him to be able to cast it out. While looks like the Clockwork, 4 staff now going for the Ghost Scepters. Like we said, Ghost Scepters are indeed important since everyone's melting down to the Klink's damage. It's gonna take some time before they're gonna be find that Ghost Scepter. But at least Viper has a Ghost Scepter. He's ready. Like, he knows he's been dying multiple times to Clinks. 9 deaths already on his name, but realizes once he get the Ghost Scepter, he's gonna be fine. Like, what magical damage did he have to get the kill onto him? Not really anyone else other than, I guess, Campo and the Tiny, but that won't be enough.
No,
even
it's,
with,
it's almost more a matter of, are you able to click the Ghost Scepter before you just die, right? Because there's also some stuns that can like potentially hit you, and then Clinks is already targeting you, and you die in like 1 second basically. So you need to almost prematurely understand that, okay, Clinks is gonna hit me now, I'm gonna Ghost Scepter, right? Because you die so fast. But and Clinks is gonna have Hex soon, like I talked about, so that then you can't Ghost Scepter while you're hexed. And I imagine eventually
it goes
he's gonna
both
have
ways,
to go
right?
for Nullifier, right?
Yeah, I mean, it goes both ways,
no,
right?
it does.
You're going for a Hex, and same with a Void Spirit, going for a Hex too. So even if they have like the Ghost Scepters, it just removes it anyway, thanks to the Side of Ice. But at the same time, I feel like Blinks needs to kill somebody, right, before he's able to move on to the next target. In each single target, we have like Ghost Scepters. They have ways to at least try and survive before Blinks
Yeah.
can dish out that damage.
So he needs Nullifier
Now,
as his fifth item, I guess,
um,
instead of Dragonlance, right? Maybe even replacing Treads at some point, because he's anyways so fast in the skeleton walk. Okay, he's back in.
so, I mean, that's like in the long run, I guess. Once you get the hex, more or less probably gonna be a nullifier. You don't really need to go for Hurricane Pike yet, because I mean he's not always getting picked off. He's always finding the
Yeah.
position at the back ends, looking for the supports, which is the reason why we don't even see the supports sometimes because they just vanish or even look for the invoker. So being able to position yourself that well during a messy engagement does wonders for Yolo Knights. You are gonna okay. So they have a drawing in the map right now. Do you want to wrap around and move to the high ground, looking for that kill onto there? They don't really have any vision, although Klinks will show himself in
You're
the
gonna
mid
see
lane.
this coming. Viper is kind of
Viper just immediately goes Scepters, knows what's up. He saw the trees breaking down from the low ground. So I'm like, not today. I'm not gonna die again. Not today, not today. But they are gonna try and jump up. They're gonna be able to find Kempo. Kempo jumps in immediately, looking for the kill onto the side. Meanwhile, on the other side, Mo is in trouble, but the damage is crazy. He's still surviving with the BKB. Clockwork will fall down. Chase will be able to use a Void Spirit, looking to close that down, but it's not gonna work in his favor. They have the Spirit Vessel. Gotta be a double kill for Kempo. They're looking for more. They want to get the kill to the Invoker, but where's the detection, buddy? Nobody has detection from their side. With that said, they do lose 3, a buyback for Clockwork, trying their best to defend this Roshan. They do not want to give it, but they're just baiting it out. You see where Raiden is. Not again, buddy. Not again. Yes, he's going to be able to use a Ghost Scepter, but that's not going to be enough. He's going to fall down. That is his 10th death in the game. And Roshan is available for them to take. What went wrong there, Misery?
so the Void Spirit basically just jumped into the Sand King and silenced him, and pretty much just killed him together with the Tusk, and that was how the fight started, right? So you already minus 1 hero, and then whenever Klinks didn't get bursted by the Morphling and popped his BKB, they were just kind of out of damage, right? They have no damage through BKB, apart from perhaps Morphling if you right clicks, but I think in a man fight, Klinks beats Morphling right now, because Strafe is just, you don't get attacked, and Klinks is like one-on-one damage is just so strong still. And
yeah, I thought he would die, but that's strafe. 100% evasion from range attacks. That just made him survive. I was really scared for Klinks because that combination coming from Morphing clearly almost killed him. But the moment he just used strafe, BKB, Morph just melted immediately.
yeah, even though he has so much armor on Morphling, the thing about this actually, if you think about it, whenever Morphling is taking damage from the Klinks and he morphs down, he loses armor at the same time, right? Because he loses all the agility that he has, and whenever he's high on strength, he will just die because he has very low armor. I just saw him right now when he spawned. He had only 15 armor in total, fully strength, right? So Klinks is already reducing like how much? I guess just 6 from the Decimal, but that's more than enough, right?
That is more than enough, especially when you can produce quite a lot of critical damage. Not only that, Enchanting Fever is there. They are gonna look for more, but thankfully they do have a Sentry and a Ward to spot things out. Mirror One will try to run away. Master Risk is there. Overgrowth. Thou shall not TP. They're gonna look for that kill. And Mo, what was that? 1 enchanted quiver damage with a crit, 1k crit. I mean, this is like the nightmare of all supports.
This is actually pretty cool. Like, you never really see Klinks, in any tournaments for a long time. But
I guess like the reasoning is, oh wait, Raiden has been found. Oh, Ghost Scepter is actually still there. probably not gonna be enough though. They're gonna force staff him, but it goes in the wrong direction as he will fall down. That was a force staff of death, I would say. Clockwork wanted to save his buddy, but it didn't work out in his favor. Clockwork would also be dying from that one. And tier 3 tower is under siege. Do they have what it takes to even defend this? Or you just let them take it?
Oh, I think I just DC'd, but yeah, I'm back. I
Oh,
was
welcome
saying,
back.
yeah, I was saying it's looking pretty rough for them. I don't know how you deal with this Klings. It's just kills
Yeah, at the same
people.
time, they're just good kills after kills, and that is a dieback from the Viper. Chase wants to try and TP and help the defense, but guess what? Campo is there, stopping his TP in epicenter. I hear it coming, but a snowball will be there to save the Klings, but not really. He's gonna fall down, but they're able to trap Mr. SK. Ramontada will claim that kill. A stun from the Morphling. He is mad, very mad. He's a mad boy. Chase aiming for the supports. They are going to be able to find the gem of two side. Meanwhile, Mo looking for the kill to the Morphling. Morphling's going to be able to survive at least. Will it be enough to defend this mid barracks? Doesn't seem like it's time to disengage. Wait for the Klings. Wait for the clock to come back. But Klings, the damage has been done.
Yeah.
And it's quite a lot.
So Morphling has a butterfly now, which gives him this 35% evasion, right? Which is kind of a big deal against Klings. As you just saw there when he was hitting him, it's definitely a big difference. So, but he's level 25 already. Now he has the 50% death pack health, 5% damage. I haven't seen this talent before. Searing multi-shot is also really strong.
Yeah, I guess this just makes him a big tank at this point, right? Because he has 3.6k HP, and honestly speaking, like that is a lot of HP. It's gonna be difficult to try even kill him.
3.8.
Yeah.
So he just killed it. So he actually has even more.
Yeah, but he's gonna find a kill too. He's gonna be able to get that kill. It's a beyond godlike right now for Mo. This is like a raid boss. It's like I'm watching a Pudge player who has a lot of flesh heap stacks. But no, it's actually a Bonk Lynx.
Yep.
Yeah, trying to
Oh,
kill him will be
they're
a
gonna
pain in the
burst
ass,
him.
but they are gonna try and burst him down. Nah, it's not gonna work out in their favor. Look at the damage onto Chase. He's strength morphing as much as he can, but he can't go mano to mano with Mo. They're doing the best that they can. They're gonna continue chasing onto Chase, but Campo will be there alongside Mego. He does have the cheese, gonna use it and evade more fights. Mo is ready to fight. Look at this Viper fall down quick and easy, or not. Ghost Scepter is there, make him into a sheep. But the force up will be there. They're still gonna chase him down to the end of the earth. It's a 4-man wipe. Epicenter, wombo combo, yeah, sure. But that's not gonna be enough. They're just diving in, wanting to end this game. No more buyback for Taigun Esports and Yolo Knights. It seems like it's in the bag for them.
Yeah. This one looks over.
I think they really wanted to burst down the Klings. It almost did happen. But I guess he went for multi-shot adaptive strike, right? And it didn't really hit the Klings. It hit the guys beside him instead. And that's the reason why he survived at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like at the moment he gets BKB off, they're out of damage, right? Because when he gets BKB off, he also gets strafe off, which means the Morphling can't hit him anymore, and then they're just out of damage. So, I mean, really cool strat actually from at least the top part of it. Like the whole Klings Treant kind of shutting down the Viper. Yeah, it was really nice.
Like,
I haven't seen that before, so.
It was very rough. Like, yeah, Viper, we said he's very strong in the lane, but when you're up against two beefy boys, which is Mego's Tusk and the Trend Protector, right? You slow them down, Nature's Graft, you have the tag team alongside, he went for boots first too, so is he going to be able to chase you down? Yes, you have a Clockwork there to try and help you out, but at the end of the day, it was not enough. Each time he came into that lane, he just died and died and died. He never really went to the jungle that we were talking about, because instead of going to jungle, he decided to just stay in lane. And from then on, he didn't have a good time or a good game at all.
Yeah. The Invoker also had a really rough game.
So
Yeah,
what
but
in
I
this type
mean,
of thing, right?
mhm.
Misery. Like, what is the mindset that you should have when going to game number two? Because this is like they tried their very best to stay and survive, right? But at the end of the day, Clinks was just too much for them. Campo being able to jump in and jump out was, they were unable to really catch anybody. But now that game one is over, what is your mindset jumping into game two?
I mean, when you lose a game like this to such a weird strategy, it's kind of hard to think like maybe you should think about not picking the Viper, or if you pick the Viper, you should ban the
Mm-hmm.
Clinks, right? So you can
Mm-hmm.
just say, okay, the Viper is not the problem, but we can just ban the Clinks in second phase, and then
Mm-hmm.
okay, if they pick Clinks in the first two, then we know it's coming now, right? So we can actually deal
Mm-hmm.
with it. So I think this is a strategy that works once. I don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily think they would win again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they would, but I wouldn't be too worried about it. If I was
Mm-hmm.
Taigun, I would try to just anticipate them picking it again and then try to beat it,
Mm-hmm.
or just try to like reset and play a
Mm-hmm.
different game if Yolo Knight do it. But it seems like Yolo Knight's preparation for this game is to just run at you, right, and fight constantly and have heroes with low
Yeah.
cooldown, and being able to mirror that I think is pretty important. And like these heroes like Void Spirit, Tusk, Tiny, like they're just so good at this type of playstyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, they were
just
just
think a
able to
bit
just
about that.
it's like
Yeah.
a death ball like back in the day, and like that was like the strat before, like just run you down, look for kills, don't give them space to farm, and that was like the type of gameplay that YOLO Knights had, where they just continue pressuring you, but it's not like the totally mastered that type of gameplay, because there were some errors here and there where they were Taigun Esports were able to capitalize out of those aggressiveness that they have. It's not tamed down aggression; it's just full on aggression, and sometimes it's a double edged sword. It doesn't work out in your favor if you go too much aggressive. So maybe try to capitalize on those type of plays that Yolo Knight make. And from then on, maybe make an advantage from it. But yeah, that has been a game number one. We are gonna have a short break before we jump into game number two. Will YOLO Knights take a 2-0 on this, or will Taigun Esports get one game and proceed to go for the final game number three? We'll see what will happen. But for now, we'll see you guys there after this short break.
us out of sight. We're all dreamers, dreaming of the good life, but there's nothing that nice on the cards for us. It's alright though, cause we can have a good time, and we don't worry if it's dangerous. So take this ride and hold on tight. We're gonna live forever now, and side by side, we don't need light. We're gonna live forever now. You feel that touch and all the love, it makes us live forever now. We don't look up, we rise above. We're gonna live forever now. Some shooting stars, can't buy those fancy cars. Down by the boulevard, nobody cares tonight. We know that life is hard, not like the movie stars, but we know who we are in our broken paradise.
Wilted bodies slowly covering the light. Pull the trigger every night to stay alive. Hope is wishing, but you're running out of time. If I could only read your mind. Read your mind. If I could only read your mind.
Try to shout, but all my words don't make a sound. Tiny pieces of the puzzle on the ground. Try to fix it, but you do this every time. If I could only read your mind.
Read your mind. If I could only read your mind.
Here we are, a million stars floating over our heads. Beating hearts, falling apart, staying up to forget. But baby, we'll fall. We all go dancing down.
We could be flying free, leave our worries below. Safe and sound, no one around. Say the word and we'll go. But baby, we'll fall. We all go dancing down, and paradise is found. We're shaking up the ground, 'cause there ain't no stopping love. Say there ain't no stopping love. No, there ain't no stopping love. There ain't no stopping
And we are back to game number 2. Yolo Knight versus Taigun Esports. Mo Dota, everybody. I don't think anyone saw this coming with the Clinks pick and them going for a trail lane. It's been
Yep.
crazy. Oh, Misery, you're back. Okay, how you
I'm
doing,
back.
buddy?
I'm
Welcome,
doing
welcome
good.
back, welcome back.
I was looking at the timer and yeah,
10 seconds.
didn't realize we
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, people. The timer is a big. It's a big bait. You know, don't get you baited.
Yeah.
It turns
No,
out
but it's all
we're
good.
starting much more earlier.
just-
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Look at the Morphling ban this game. That's kind of cool. Just take it out, you know? Go for a different type of
Yeah.
game.
Mhm. I guess they
And
realize,
Invoker,
right?
too.
Taigun Esports is like the number one comfort pick. Is the Morphling, especially they use it yesterday, and they've been using it all over the qualifiers. So it just goes to show, like, let's just not play against the Morphling, and same with the Invoker. Even if they did really well with that, but a Magnus first pick is already one of the staple type of picks here in the region and the MENA region. They do pick a lot of Magnus, and this just opens more up for like maybe like a Phantom Assassin that goes well with him, as Yolo Knight responds with the Rubik.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely don't think you can go wrong with picking PA right now. I think it's probably the best carry with the mag, like by far. And it's kind of hard to counter. Maybe they're scared of the Viper, if they pick PA now, maybe they think, oh, then Yolo Knight can take the Viper, and then it's not that nice.
Mhm.
Dire team ban.
Let's see.
Ooh, a Timber
Alright.
Saw.
Radiant
Okay, I kind of like the Timber Saw pick here. They are very quick in terms of banning heroes, which is the Bat Rider and Omni Knight. I've seen Omni Knight banned quite a lot, and why do you think Omni Knight is such a good hero now? Like a position 5 Omni Knight.
Yeah, I mean, you just put the Heavenly Grace on your carry, right? And now he's just a carry that's on steroids. And since the patch is so much about buffing your carry and having the strongest carry, it just makes sense that Omni Knight giving him that buff is just having more impact than other 5s would otherwise. That's also why we have seen Magnus 5 be such a high impact hero, just because he empowers the guy the entire game, and he doesn't necessarily deal any damage throughout the whole game, but he doesn't need to, because his carry is stronger than the enemy carry, right? And the Omni Knight is the same stuff. And then he's also just he has heals, he has the ultimate, he's just good in general, like in 5 versus 5 Dota.
So I'm gonna toss another question to you. So how do you
Yeah.
play a position 5 Magnus? Because Magnus, he doesn't really provide as much in the lane other than the skewer and the empower, right? So what type of positioning do you need, or what type of gameplay should you play in that type of lane? Like if you're up against like a strong lane that, let's say, like a Timbersaw Lina or something like that, right? Who can dish out a lot of damage. How do you play around that as a position 5 Magnus?
Yeah. I mean, so in the beginning when Mag became popular, like people weren't really drafting such lanes that would punish you so hard. They were still going like position 4 Tiny and stuff like that. And Magnus is super fine against stuff like that. But if he lanes up against the Timbersaw Lina, like you mentioned, or Timbersaw Rubik in this case, it's very hard to play. Like, you don't have much impact. The most you can do is try to skewer early levels them into tower, try to tank as much as you can for your carry, maybe buy extra region for your carry, and try to give your carry solo experience so that he can go jungle earlier than he would normally. Maybe try to stack camps, right? But yeah, I think the key thing is to not take full experience from your carry, but to play more on the side, try to take a focus away from your carry. Soak the pressure.
So it's gonna be an anti-mage Magnus combination, while off lane would be the Slaughter and the Mirana. It's been quick picks coming from Yolo Knight. It seems like they have this planned out on what type of draft they're aiming for, which would be like a Buck and a Troll Warlord. I haven't really seen Troll as much in terms of like the competitive scene. Maybe I don't watch too much competitive Dota, but I barely see him in that being picked.
It's not the most common carry nowadays. It's still very solid, but it doesn't maybe excel at anything, you know, that much like that better than anybody else kind of thing. It's like very stable and solid,
Mhm.
but it's a very strong laner. I think that's his biggest strength probably. He's really good against Slada because Slada wants to go in melee and hit the troll, but he has the
Mhm.
access that makes him miss, right? So I think that's probably why they chose to pick it this game. Also, I think it's a good hero to pick when you are second pick because you have to reveal your carry first.
Mhm.
And troll is kind of not weak against any carry.
Dire team pick.
Like not really.
So
If he has good farm, he
in
can
terms
reveal
of
anything.
like anti-mage and troll, then like he'll be able to stand side by side versus the anti-mage then.
Yeah, I think troll is really good against anti-mage. Actually, I think troll has almost no mana pool, right? So the mana void is
Yeah.
very negligible, and just troll. If you troll use ult or gets one bash on anti-mage, he might just not get out of the bash.
Yes.
So what we
Okay,
got here?
so
TA.
very quick
Oh.
picks here. So position 5 puck is what I'm seeing here, and a Templar
Yeah.
Assassin is gonna be your mid lane up against a Zeus. So Zeus versus Templar Assassin should be a bit more favored on the TA compared to the Zeus, depending on how they play this matchup, right? Because their refracts they
Yeah.
do help, and Zeus needs to use a lot of chain lightning or try and land some hits. But I would say it's a bit favored on the Templar Assassin more than anything. Although they go for
Yeah,
a
I
position
think-
5 puck.
Yep. I mean, the cool thing about picking troll as well is the fact that you can squeeze in the more greedy fives that normally
Mhm.
aren't viewed as the strongest laners. Puck is
Yeah.
more of a scaling kind of. He gets triggered when he has levels and stuff like that, and maybe not that good early levels, but troll is, so you can kind of get away with it. And in terms of the Zeus versus Tia, I think it is TA favorite also in the game. Like TA, you need to a lot of damage from Zeus, a lot of chain lightning, like you mentioned, to actually
Yeah.
break those refractions as the game progresses. But in the laning phase, I think both of the heroes are going to get what they need. It's not going to be like last game where Invoker is like really, really sad
heavily
and can't
countered.
really find anything to do. I think Zeus is still going to be sitting mid and pushing out the wave and getting the levels he needs, and then he will always have the impact to just ult from mid lane, right? Zeus ult.
But in terms of how this goes, right? So yeah, side blades would be a difficulty for Zeus, but the good thing about like Templar Assassin though is like not only is he good like in in pushing out your mid laner, but he's also quick in terms of farming the jungle. More or less, he's gonna be stacking for himself too at certain
Yeah.
points of the match, which I guess gives it really more a big advantage for Templar Assassin. And then
I think another point about TA this game is Zeus can, if you have a way to break refractions, Zeus can just kill the TA very fast, right? Because he does have
true
nuke damage.
the bird, yeah.
But they can't break refraction really any way here. It's a really good TA game outside of the Zeus, right? It's a Mag 5, does nothing to TA. It's a Mirana, does nothing, barely anything to TA. The only
Yeah.
thing you can think of is like practically arrowing the TA, but it's like, or the Mirana ult to like
Yeah.
get away from her. But they have no real way of killing this TA unless the TA is making a mistake. And I think both Troll and TA are really good against anti-mage, and they are banking on anti-mage carrying them. So I like where Yolo Knights are at here. I would prefer to play their lineup. I think it's easier. They are also Radiant, so they can easily get the Roshan pretty early with the Troll TA.
They also have the
And,
catch right for the anti mage with the dream coil because it is like it's a port puck, but having that coil will make it difficult for even for the anti mage to get out of a sticky situation because anti mage is not that tanky at all in the early
No.
side of the game, early to mid game. So having that term of catch it will be annoying. And in terms of bounty runes, looks like it'll be a 3-for-1 special. I'm gonna give a quick introduction to the side of the teams. So we have Yolo Knight on the Radiant side, Masters playing the Puck, Mego playing the Rubik, Campo playing the Templar Assassin, Remontada, level 25 Timber Saw playing the Timber Saw, Mo playing the Troll Warrior. We're on the side of Taigun Esports. We have Spy playing Murano, Chase playing the Anti-Mage Raiden, Slardar. We have Mirror One playing the Magnus and Paradox playing the Zeus. So, in this type of laning phase, right? Timber Saw he is a tanky guy, so trying to get a kill onto him is a bit difficult. So in this type of lane, do you think like anti-mage will have a difficult time, or it's just gonna be even between one another?
I mean, I think early game Antimage is gonna have an okay time, but then that's as soon as Timbersaw hits like level 3 even, and buys this Orb of Venom and maybe a Bracer, he's just gonna keep right clicking this Antimage every time he comes up. And Antimage can hit back and drain some of the mana, but you know, he will never threaten to kill him. So effectively this lane is a inevitable lost lane for Chase and what's his name? Meron?
Marwan.
Meron, yeah.
Yeah, Marwan. So
But it's crazy that every single offlaner in this region seems to have a level 25 Timbersaw.
everyone just loves Timbersaw. I don't know why. It's like when Pudge was a thing here, where people just like pick Pudge quite a lot. I guess in any region when he was popular, but here is in this area, it's just lots of Timbersaw players. That's why you would see a lot of Timbersaw bans because everyone plays Timbersaw.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Zeus is doing, I guess, pretty okay in the mid lane. Yes, he's getting harassed, but it's been a lot of denies on his area. 4 denies, which kind of works in his favor. But the trade-off here for Zeus, right, for Paradox, is that he has to use quite a lot of mana to at least get as much as he can in this lane.
Yeah, I mean that's for sure. Like this, maybe it is more TA favored than you would think, because TA can just buy a stick, whereas Zeus can't really buy anything effective.
Yeah.
And he kind of needs to use his mana to last it. So it might end up being rough. Like he's pretty poor. He's out of mana now, and he's nowhere close to his bottle. And it feels like every time he tries to actually last hit a creep, he tanks.
Side blades.
He potentially tanks a lot of right clicks and side blades. Yeah.
Yeah, he is having a difficult time, and look at that. Pops a clarity and help potion immediately gets denied from a side blade. Zeus not having the time of his life at all. And same with Shades on the top lane, right? Like yes, you can trade hits early on, but like you said, once you get to level 3, trading hits wouldn't matter for Ramen because look at that. They're just harassing him out, and what can Magnus really provide? Really nothing at all. On the bottom lane, they're gonna get the kill onto this Lardar, and they're chasing for more. Yeah, Courier will definitely fall down there. And I was not expecting Slardar to die quickly there in the bottom lane, but they do have, the slow, the warning axes, range and melee, and magical damage from the puck.
Just a lot of right clicks all the time from the troll, keep coming in. And it looks, I mean, it's a 2k lead already. 4 minutes in, they're clearly winning all 3 lanes. Very hard.
Yeah. Do you think this is more like an outdraft more than anything, that it's not working out? They are gonna try maybe chase on Paradox here. He's doing the Super Mario thing, but it's just a bait. It's a debate, or is it? Puck is just gonna jump in. Illusionary Orb is there. One more hit will do the job, but he's gonna be fine. They tried their best to at least push out Zeus. This will mean he needs to go back to the fountain. It's not really good for him, but at least Puck does die. He tanked quite a lot of tower damage there. I mean, you don't really need phase shift as Puck though. Illusion Orb and Warning Rift is all you need.
He intentionally killed himself there. Actually, he could have ran away, I think, with low HP, but he decided to just leap into the enemy tier 2 and just tank the death so he can respawn with full.
Yeah, it's better than walking all the way back and then being into the lane. It's just immediately just die and take that. It's fine. It's not like a major loss for him anyway. In the end of the day, while what's happening now here is Rubik is roaming around, letting the Timbersaw go 1v1 versus Chase. And look at this, the Orb of Venom Bracer is doing it.
Yeah.
Chase can't really go near.
No, not really. I mean, Antimage can get his Morbid Mask now. Lifesteal. Oh, what's happening?
Yeah, okay. Looks like Mega was thrown into the cliff. That is the Cliff TZ. But with that said, they're looking for Spy. Spy is gonna be a-okay. Looks like he still has more leap charges. Are they really gonna dive into this? This is too deep. This might be bad. This is good for if Pyrex is able to claim a kill, they're gonna be able to find the Templar Assassin, but he does have Refract and 10 Magic Wand charges thanks to the spam that is a Zeus with the Chain Lightnings. Awkward engagement for them, but they're creating space, for the Troll Warlord and, everyone else continue that farm because, you wasted a TP from Slaughterdor because you put him in the cliff. Paradox tried to do something, wasted more mana, didn't really get much out of it, and Mirana had to go back to base.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, none of this is really beneficial for Dire. He did get Arcane Rune Zeus, but he has to actually TP out right now. T is on top of him.
Yep.
And Mirana even too, he takes a bit here, but he's not gonna do much to TA. And Entomage is now already... Is he jungling, or is he...
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
jungling.
jungling.
He bought a mask of like a Morbid mask already. He has to jungle this because he can't survive versus Timber. So Timber is just annoying him so much. And look at this, they are gonna be able to get Campo, but Campo is really in danger here. He might be able to get the kill into Mera1. Mera1 very low HP, but thanks to the one charges, he's gonna be able to get a counter kill. But at the end of the day, Campo does die. I don't think that's like a major loss, just depending on how well he has been playing this game, like the laning phase. Yes, Paradox kind of gets something out of it though.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not ideal, but it's like, at the same time, I don't think it's gonna change the situation that Taigun are in right now. Slada still cannot hit creeps bottom, Entomage can still not really hit creeps top, and TA is gonna continue to farm when he spawns, so... I think it's kind of why PA Mag is so strong, is that Mag, as a weak laner, kind of doesn't need to help PA as much because he does have his daggers to throw out and get CS like that. Plus he has Blur to like help him sustain. Entomage doesn't really have anything like that, right?
Yeah, he really doesn't. It takes time before he can actually provide something. He has not the best laning phase, and you go up against like someone like a Timber Saw. Oh, he can't really provide anything. Yes, his mana is gone, but after that, when he doesn't really need mana to even hurt you as much, and you can see how it's being played here in the mid lane. Like they're stacking on for Campo to really get strong. They're gonna maybe dive on deep onto Paradox. His stun will be there. He still has the refracts. They're looking for his skewer. Will they find that Campo still being chased? But will it be enough? They are gonna be able to get the kill with the Thunder God's Rat, so at least consolation prize for them. But I'm not that worried for camp because if you check on the jungle camp, right, where the ancients are, there are stacks everywhere for Campo to catch up into this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, I still don't think he should be doing this. I think he should just be literally farming his Deso, right? Just push up mid wave, go jungle, constantly. Because at the end of the day, he's gonna get his Desolated Blink Dagger, and then what are they gonna do? He's gonna have it in like, if he would just farm, he would have it in like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Look at this triple small camp. Is it 4 stacked? No, triple.
Wait, it can't.
That's
No, it's
not
triple
often
stacked.
you see that camp stacked so much.
Well, Mego's really making sure he's able to beef up the Templar Assassin. Like I said, all he does need is that Desolator. Because honestly speaking, Zeus is not even. He's already getting hurt quite a lot from the side plates and the physical damage of Templar Assassin. If you add like a Desolator with that, both supports will have a difficult time with him. And on the top lane, they're trying their best to even make a move onto Remon, but Remon is just too damn tanky. He even uses the Mana Void onto him, and it barely did anything at all. He goes for the Medallion of Courage too, minus more armor for them.
But he doesn't have any magic resistance right now. Here comes Zeus. So maybe they can take him down here.
It's gonna take some time before they're gonna take him down, but he is.
They might
I
not
believe
even make
will
it.
fall down. Oh, they don't have a coil yet, but the team is there. They're gonna be able to chain lightning that away. He had to pop a clarity to gain that mana. He used everything he got, but at least it takes like 3 people to go in that lane just to kill the Timber Saw. And with that said, the mid lane Templar Assassin is farming. Your Troll is also farming, going for a Battle Fury, right? So in terms of net worth, they're doing really well, like farming efficiently.
Dire's
Yeah, I think the medallion is kind of a weird item choice here. I think if you just rushed Hood, or just had a cloak there, he wouldn't have died. Just he should itemize to not die, right? Maybe he's thinking about
Yeah.
the slaughter, like slaughter amp, or I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think he was just using it on anti-mage to bully him out of the lane because for some reason, you know, he's going like normal hits onto anti-mage and anti-mage couldn't even man up against the Timbersaw. I guess in laning phase wise, but in long run, yeah, it's probably gonna be because of the cursive haze, you know, be able to at least counteract that one. But like you said, magic resistance would have been better for him.
Whatever they're doing right now is kind of pointless. I think they should just be farming all 3 lanes. But I think they will eventually get this tower. Maybe.
Yeah, they're doing their best. They have an RP. They don't even know if they should even RP this Timbersaw because Timbersaw is too damn tanky. They're looking for more. They're looking for Megu. Instead, Raiden wants to claim that kill. They are going to be able to claim that kill onto that. And an RP will be used onto the Timbersaw. Timbersaw falls down. It might be what you call a chain feed here. Like you said, it's kind of pointless for them to apply that pressure. But a Blink Dagger is already there for Kempo as Paradox. His killing spree is gone.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower
I
is
still
under
wouldn't
attack.
say that was worth it for, you know, for them at all. No, YOLO Knights, I think
Millions
we
of
should have
getting
just
the tower
farmed this
now.
out.
I mean, as it turned out, it ended up being fine because Troll took bot tower and Zeus ended up dying and they took mid tower. But all these towers would have died if they just played in their lanes.
Right.
Just naturally.
Yeah, but you get more anyway out of this. You're also gonna be able to get the Magnus kill. Yule Scepter is the next item build for the Mirana. But like I said, I'm afraid once that the Desolator is up and running, like you said, what can stop this Templar Assassin from just diving you and bracing you down immediately?
Yeah, I mean, Troll too. Don't forget that there's a Troll in this game. He has Battle Fury. And he's almost
He already has
he's almost
the
level
Battle Fury.
11.
Under attack.
It's been
I
you know,
guess
silently
TJ is also
farming.
almost 12. Yeah.
Dire's
I mean, at this point, they're just diving them down. Like Templar Assassin is not afraid to take a fight, but this might be his death here. He's gonna have a refract in another second, so he's gonna be okay. He's gonna dodge out that Mana Void damage. Anti-Mage does show up. He has Mask of Madness here. They're gonna continue chasing onto Campo. Campo will fall down. This dive is the real sickness of ever MENA region team because it's gonna be a chain feed. Paradox duking and diving as it's gonna be a triple kill for Chase. Why did that happen?
I don't know. Like this is like the only way they lose this game is if they do this. They can't lose this game if they just hit creeps with all their heroes. They just need to hit creeps with push out wave, go jungle. Same with Troll. Push out
Yeah.
wave, go jungle. And the Timbersaw can just set top, you know, like forever with the hood, and he will attract all the attention to him. But instead they do these weird dives, like they're kind of playing the game as if they were playing the last game, with all their Tiny and Tusk and Clinks, right? This game is a bit different. They just need to farm.
Yeah, because
Their heroes
they're
aren't that
already in
strong yet.
they're already in an advantage, right? And Anti-Mage already struggled in the lane, so they don't really have to dive in too deep. Although they're gonna be able to
Anti-Mage is
find the
getting caught here.
Anti-Mage. So will the coil break? Yes, he actually breaks the coil, so he will fall down there. But like you said, normally speaking, all they have to do is just farm and jungle, apply a bit of pressure, let Timbersaw stay in one lane. Once he gets that Hooded Defiance, it's going to be difficult for them to even try and get a kill on him. And, you know, once he attracts all that attention, it's just free space for your mid laner and your carry player. At the end of the day, they have the better draft here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing is, Taigun can't stop YOLO Knights from just farming, right? But they have the way
Yeah.
stronger timing with the Troll and TA.
Looks like Rubik is gonna dive on the bottom lane. He's gonna be able to find the Mirana, and the stack coming from Mirana is gonna be taken by Campo. They really want to try and do as much damage to Remontada, but Remontada is just too damn tanky. Honestly, like I said, how do you even kill a Timbersaw at this point? Like, Magical damage, yeah, that's what you need to get Timbersaw. They're gonna be able to find the
Oh,
anti-mage.
the
He's gonna get
coil.
coiled up. The RP will only hit onto one. Gonna be very bad for Taigun Esports because Mare1 will also die. You see where Raiden is. Why is Raiden farming in this lane? Run away, buddy. Run away because your friends. He just died. He died right in front of you.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yep. I mean, it's I don't know. Your enemy is just like trying to fight here. I mean, I don't really know what to say. It's just looking really grim for Taigun. I don't like.
Yeah,
It's so hard to win this game. It's so difficult.
Tower is under attack.
I guess this Timbersaw pick, not only the Timbersaw pick, but the matchup against a Templar Assassin was already a difficult part of it already, right? So last pick was the Templar Assassin. We went for the Zeus pick. Did he not see this coming though? You know, when you leave like a big hero like that, because normally when you pick a Zeus, you think, okay, this is gonna be good. We have the burst damage, and we have a Timbersaw, we have magical damage to go up against him. But at the end of the day, when you're in drafting mode, right, you talk about what hero can really destroy a Zeus. Just
I mean,
a
I've
Templar
seen the
Assassin.
anti-mage last game with Black as well. They picked anti-mage, not this team, but who was it? But anyways, like it seems like Magnus. It was actually Yolo Knight who played against Team Lebanon, and also lost in very similar fashion. And it's just Mag anti-mage is like it's so greedy. Neither of their heroes do anything the first 20 minutes. Like think
So
about
what would
that.
you
They don't do anything.
normally pick with a Magnus then? If their Phantom Assassin is not in the pool, what would you pick?
It's like Troll. It's like Juggernaut. It's like I think Void is also way more useful. You can do Ricky. You can do Monkey King. If you want, you can go Lone Druid.
Dire's
I think
I haven't seen a
pretty
Lone
much
Druid in a
any
long time.
Sven as well is good. It's like
Yeah.
anything really. Anti-mage is just it has no stun. He's so low base. Look at his HP. Okay, he's level 13 now. He has 1200 HP. Right?
You
He's
don't
so
really
weak.
have much, and they are diving in. Tier 4 towers. Although Paradox will be able to survive, they're gonna get the Aegis of Immortality gone from the Troll Warlord. But at the end of the day, once they come back, Raiden trying as much as he can to get a kill into Campo. Campo's gonna be fine. Has the refraction. Now Raiden dove in too deep for this chase. He does have the ultimate. He's gonna chase onto Campo. Campo needs to run away. The refract charges are going down, so maybe Campo will at least fall down. 3 will die. They lose the Aegis of Mortality, not something that we needed to lose. Like maybe you gotta just aim for the objective. Like you said, anti-mage takes time before he's online. And is he serious? Is he going for a Ghost Scepter? He has it queued up. I mean,
Yeah,
probably
I mean, I think he has to. Actually, I think it's the best thing he can buy. Because if
like just to
anybody,
evade.
if he blinks in and TA or Troll attacks him, he just dies. He can't run away from
dies
them.
immediately.
He can't fight. He can't fight back, right? So Ghost Scepter saves him enough time to be able to blink again. I've seen this before. It's kind of what you need to do.
But at the same time, I feel kind of like it's still not enough. Like he still doesn't really provide that that type of carry that they need, that Taigun Esports need, right? Because Timbersaw is a problem, TA is a problem, Troll is a problem. He'll need way more than just a Ghost Scepter.
Yeah,
Because he can
for
end
sure.
this any time of the day, and
He needs,
it still doesn't
he needs way more items, but he also needs more items. But it's also like if he will get more items, so will the Troll and the TA, right? So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily gonna get that much better, even if he gets more items. But it's all up to Yolo Knights here if they want to play like with discipline and just play it safe, or they're gonna dive because they dove mid tier 4s there.
yeah, they did. They don't really deep.
Yeah.
They are gonna try maybe look for a fight here. look at how fast they do, because they are gonna use the Yule Scepter, continue to the chase, just buy some time for them. Wasted opportunity, to look for those type of fights. Mo will be able to find Chase, but more or less Chase is gonna get out of it. So let's just say we're in the hands of Taigun Esports. We're actually like if we're playing the game right now. Like what is the best scenario for Taigun Esports to slowly get back into this game?
I mean, just kind of push out waves and try to avoid taking any kind of engagement. Try to stall out, right? Like anti-mage pushing out bottom lane, like what they're doing right now. Zeus pushing out top. You know, don't die.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Try to split,
I guess that-
split Yolo Knight up and try to use like RP, use Slardar, Crush to try to get some kills. They don't have any blink daggers yet though, so it's very difficult for them. But it's like that you need to think.
That type of things. Like I feel like even trying to find pickles for Taigun Esports is already a difficult thing to do. Timbersaw not really ideal because he's a very tanky guy. He has the Hood of Defiance. Like I guess even if you try to look for Puck is a very mobile hero. Phase shift, you know, he has his blink dagger already. Also, like the Rubik, I guess is the most easiest one to find, but it's still difficult because the way the position themselves, they're always close by, right? They're always close to one another. Although the only good thing for Taigun Esports is that they have good wave clearance on defending, while Slardar Raiden was gonna he did get coiled, but he's not gonna die from it.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Slider has Aghanim, so he has a lot of status resist.
are fortified.
You just walk out of it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Now
There's
going
two
for looks like
BKBs though
Mhm.
on Yolo Knights right now.
I mean, that is their item timings, right? You need those BKBs, and once that's up and running, it gets much easier for them to play around. As long as you don't dive in too deep like they did before. The puck is coming to the bottom lane, but there's no coil yet. It's just to scare out, you know, Chase from getting free farm in the bottom lane. But at the end of the day, Butterfly, will that work out? And I really think he needs like more than just one item at this point. I don't even know if he has like 6 slot items if it's gonna be enough still to play up against like this type of lineup. It's difficult for him.
Yep, that's the problem.
Dire are scanning.
But as the game drags on, like it becomes more annoying for Yolo Knights to play because they will get split pushed a bit, and if they make a mistake and suddenly they're split on the map, let's say the troll and the Rubik or whatever are TPing back, and the rest are caught somewhere on the map, and close to Taigun Esports base, then suddenly the other 3 guys are in jeopardy of getting jumped, right? And that's where that's kind of how anti-mage lineups play out as the game drags on, because he is super mobile, especially when he hits level 20 and he has like the 2-second blink cooldown.
You know, blink cooldown, yeah.
Yeah, he's so mobile and almost impossible to catch. Kills waves so fast. So that's where the game becomes hard. But I've seen these games so many times, and if Yolo Knights just play composed and not like dive and do anything crazy, like Taigun Esports can never fight 5-on-5.
I mean, you can already tell by the net worth, 12k gold net worth lead for Yolo Knights, and at the same time, you know, they don't really have any way to initiate. They are gonna try and pull on to the Slardar. Slardar will be able to run away thanks to the status resistance with the Aghanim Scepter. They are gonna maybe try and get a kill onto Megalo. Megalo will fall down at least to get something out of this. And like I said, they have quite good wave clearance. They're gonna take the tier 2 tower. The split push is real. They're gonna maybe fight up onto the Troll Warlord, but the BKB is there. Will they be able to get the kill on him? He doesn't have
my
battle
God.
chance, and there you have it. Like you said, this is what they needed, and it is working out in their favor. They're going to be able to set up the Timbersaw into a Mirana stun. Will it be enough to get the kill onto him? He is a bit more tanky, but with these, with the Curse of Haze, they're going to be able to get that kill. Although AM using the E-Blade on his favor, this is the reason why he bought a Ghost Scepter that works out in the favor for Man Wipe Misery. Taigun Esports showing signs of life.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, just huge mistakes, right? Like just the idea of trying to kill this Lada mid,
Tower has fallen.
you know, like I'm gonna just keep saying the same things. They can just keep farming the whole map and wait for Roche, right? And then go high ground with Aegis and Cheese and many items. But now Anti-Mage is almost top net worth suddenly, because they keep forcing this
Diving
mid
in.
push, you know. They keep forcing this five-man ball, try to find fights.
I think it just goes to show, like, they feel pressured to the point that they have to make a play because they're still, I guess, in the back of their minds, like, Anti-Mage is a threat for them. But in all seriousness, he's not really a threat in terms of 5v5 fights. It takes more time for him. He needs more items to be even useful yet. And I guess it's just more on the mindset that they're doing, the pressure that is they're putting onto themselves, which they shouldn't be that pressured at all.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that is the factor of, oh, they have an anti-mage, we need to do this, we need to do that. You know, or you know, they're scared of like going late game against anti-mage, but there won't be any late game if they just play the map chill and you know, correctly. They have full map control. They can just farm everything. The only guy who's not in their base is anti-mage. Everybody else are just stuck in their base.
Now you see Chase manning up. Like this is him wanting to say a statement that he can fight him. There's gonna be a coil onto him, but an RP will hit onto 2 immediately. Puck does die. Chase is a-okay. Campo fighting it out. Look at the damage towards the anti-mage. He's gonna get hurt quite a lot immediately. Runs away now. Campo left alone with the BKB. What will he do? He's looking for the kill onto the Stardar. Stardar will be able to run away, but the chase will continue on. Stardar lifted up and brought down to his grave. 2-4-1 special spy will be next, and this just goes to say like Roshan will be free for them. Like I guess they didn't really have to go for a fight. Taigun Esports, they thought that it's strong enough that the anti-mage now has, you know, the butterfly, but it doesn't really work out in their favor. They committed an RP which didn't really provide much to them, as Aegis and Cheese will be in the hands of Yolo Knights at this point.
Yep. I mean, and you saw Anti-Mage in that fight. He got hit by the TA twice, and he has to blink away, right? He's still so squishy.
Yeah, he can't really fight it out, and he was coiled. So that RP that came from the Magnus, like he couldn't really maximize that stun duration that Campo was on. And because of it, you know, Campo was able to just BKB and fight up. Now you can see Chase manning up. Not really ideal for him to do. It's much better if he just runs away. But I guess it goes both ways, right? They're creating mistakes, and mistakes that they should have not made. Because right now, net worth is coming back. Again, more on to Yolo Knights. You have to just play it calmly and, you know, find an ideal type of fight. Not like, you know, finding a puck and then the puck is dead, and what's next? It's just a disaster for Taigun Esports.
Yeah, there's also MKB finished on the TA now, so the butterfly is kind of like, you know, dealt with, you could say. Troll is almost has Abyssal, and this is the time where they might just go high ground here. Now
They are going high ground, but
Anti-Mage is hitting bottom though. Yeah.
Yeah, they are looking for a trade. At least an arrow will hit perfectly onto Starter. That is a long stun duration. Puck will fall down. Quick and easy work for them. But at the same time, they're trading racks for racks. It looks like they're chasing them down. Looks like the Troll Ward will die. Its mortality is gone. TA will TP down to the bot lane. So this is the moment for them, for Taigun Esports, to maybe make a move here. Because Templar Assassin is not there.
Yeah, but I think Troll, can Troll just press ult and kill them? Maybe not. He has the Ghost Scepter still.
Maybe, I mean, yeah, he has Ghost Scepter. You know, he didn't really make that Ghost Scepter. Like, after making as an E-Blade, he just disassembles it.
I'm pretty sure Anti-Mage should have died there. Rubik had lift, and yeah, but you gotta be pretty fast to do it and know their limits. Oh,
and they're gonna find the Anti-Mage, and it hits the stun. How long will the stun be? Looks like Mirror One trying to save his friend. He's gonna get silenced up, and the coil will hit now. Battle Trance, I am mad. He Troll Warder Mo, come to Papa. He let me get another snack because Anti-Mage is not enough for him. And, you know, they're still chasing him, but Stardar, he's a fish. He's gonna be able to run quickly. That said, no buybacks left from their side. It looks like they're just gonna end the game here.
It can actually go throne, I think. And knowing, like, having seen these guys play, I'm sure they're just gonna go for it.
Yeah, I mean,
they
there's
are called
nothing
Yolo
stopping
Knights
them.
for a reason.
Yep, exactly. Yolo as Raiden will try and run away, but he cannot. Campo has a blink dagger, and the damage is ridiculous. Buybacks will be there 10 seconds before the Magnus does come up. You're going to set up a stun on to the Temper Assassin, but it doesn't matter. He does have the refract and the BKB and cheese. Look at the damage onto Mirana. Make that a dieback. RP will be used for the skewer. Yule Scepter will be there to cancel that out. Campbell's able to use the BKB, looking for the kill. They get a double, might even be a triple. Paradox will fall down. Buyback also, but it's not gonna be enough because Mr. Mo wants it done. He's even gonna call it GG before the drone falls down. Taigun Esports did their best, but their best wasn't good enough as they are eliminated from the MENA region, the MENA tournament. That is 404 Esports. What a game, Misery. What a game.
Yeah, what a game. It almost got awkward there for them, Yolo Knights, though, towards the end there. But again, it's like they can make so many mistakes in this game and still win just because of the nature of the heroes. And the fact that they're also Radiant, so Roshan is like right there for them to take at any moment. And yeah, it's I think it was a rough game from the draft.
It was, I guess, more or less an outdraft here and there. Like, they couldn't really stop the Timbersaw or the Templar Assassin from winning their lanes. And, you know, Mo, the entire time, the Troll Warlord, was just farming the entire time. And, yeah, it kind of looked a bit scary for YOLO Knights, but you wouldn't really call them YOLO Knights if they don't YOLO sometimes, right? So, it's part of the name, you know, live to that name as it is. It's going to be a 2-0 Taigun Esports. You know, they tried their best. It just didn't work out. More or less, it's just an outdraft. They did have some good parts in this game, but the draft really just showed itself that it's still lacking. Even if you were able to, to capitalize from the early aggression that Yolo Knight had. In the end of the day, sometimes having the better draft will definitely help you win the game.
For sure.
So, looking into this series, it's been a long day. I think it's been a long day for you too. But this is our final, I believe, our final series of the day, and we'll see more epic Dota 2 tomorrow. Before we end today's stream, Misery, is there anything you want to say to the fans that is watching, or to your fans who are watching the stream right now?
Yeah, thanks for watching, and big shout out to Intel for sponsoring the event. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, and with that said, before I even say my goodbye, of course, we have to share our love with Intel #sellout in chat right now. So here it goes. Get a better gaming experience with Intel Turbo Boost Technology 2.0 by directing your most crucial workload to fastest cores, giving your clock speed a boost of performance when you need it the most. Get a Intel 10th Gen Core device now. So there you have it, guys. Thank you very much for joining me and Misery and this an epic day so far, and we'll see more tomorrow. Be sure to follow all our channels, 404 Esports and 404 Esports 2. We have 2 Twitch stream channels that are broadcasting the tournament. And also, don't forget to follow our social pages, Twitter for Misery Dota, and for me is Josh Arbol, or you can follow me on Twitch on twitch.tv/CasterJT. So with that said, thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed the action-packed games that happened today, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Goodbye and good night.
there's nothing subtle, nothing mild. Hate me or love me, I'll drive you wild. Let it all go, give it to me. I wanna hear you scream, scream out my name. I wanna hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. I need to hear you scream, scream out my name. I need to hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. Can't take for granted where I've been. Went through hell and back again. Scars on my mind, the bruises and skin. I lean on you when times get tough. When they drag me down, you pick me up. So let it all go, give it to me. I wanna hear you scream, scream out my name. I wanna hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. I wanna hear you scream, scream out my name. I need to hear you scream, like I can't be replaced. I need to hear you.
So I've come to the conclusion, just a rotten piece of fruit. So I'll end up dying slowly, rotting away. See, I just want to be able to climb without a fall, to get out of this mazeland and run. Please strike me thunder, let me get closer to the light. Please strike me thunder, so I can be great. So I've come to the conclusion, I'm just one man amongst thousands.